Alright, I'm pretty sure you guys are tired of seeing this thing pop up on your feed, but you know what, I promise you, this is the last video, because the last but not least, we have the most hated league of all time, unless you have a Dialga, known as Master League. Now we are going to see if the mighty, long-sworded, no Viagra, just kidding, using giant sword leak duck power of, I don't know how to promote, like, it's cool, okay? It's cool, it's menacing, and let's see if it can actually kill in Open Master League. So the thing about Sirfetch'd in Open Master League is that compared to a lot of things that max out at 3,000 or 4,000, I don't know, giant whales, you know, you got Dialga, you know, Dialga, it doesn't go past 3,000. That's why it makes it past the Ultra League. Sirfetch'd kind of gets really dicey because he's not that strong. Like, yeah, he's not that powerful. In fact, in Master League, Togekiss does overtake Sirfetch'd. Also, yeah, it's bad. Okay, even it's like Dragonite passes Sirfetch'd in Master League now, like by like 800 points. So if you thought it's not that great. Okay. As in, like, as on, like, CP. If you see a Sirfetch'd run into you in Open Master, and you, it's not, it's really hard to sell this thing in Master League, okay? But I'm trying. But it might be able to. There's a lot of steel typings in Open Master League, so there's a lot of steel types, so we might be able to find something that Sirfetch'd can beat. This is my first look at Sirfetch'd in Open Masters, so you can kind of tell I'm kind of like confused. As far as weaknesses go, you have Togekiss. You have Mewtwo as a Psychic type. I forgot about Mewtwo entirely. Mewtwo with one Psy Strike can possibly yeet Sirfetch'd to the next dimension. I'm not sure about flying types though. I don't think there's too many flying attacks you have to worry about, except Dragonite's Hurricane, which I don't know if it even matters if you Hurricane this thing anyways, but we'll take a look. Now you do resist Bug. You resist Bug, Dark, and Rock types. Other than, like, Open Master League Obstagoons, I don't believe there's a lot of Bug or Rock types. Probably Rhyperior, but you're not going to get Rock Wrecker. You're not going to Rock Wrecker a Sirfetch'd. So, I'm scared. Confirmed. So, let's find out. Anyways, Sirfetch'd, you know the whole shebang. Anything that's level 40 is going to be really expensive to power up. So, if you think that's going to be cheap, no, you're not going to get a discount. You have to spend a lot of dust to power this thing up for Master League. It does have a very sweet shiny though, so once it finally comes out, you can hunt for this thing, and if you have a Shundo, I hate you because I want the Shundo, but it's a golden duck, and you know what? It's a really sweet shiny. Alright, so here's Master League. You know, anything goes, the strongest mons of all time, including Megas, if they were allowed to go Battle League. We type Sirfetch'd, and you get number 62? That's not too... No, actually, that's kind of bad still, but it's not, like, super overpowering. So, the oversized, in between the legs on his hands, Sirfetch'd, actually can beat Kyogre and Dialga in the lead? Wait, what? No, that's overall. Is this the one shield? I'm guessing Leaf Blade can actually kill Kyogre. As you see, you actually are able to beat Dialga and Kyogre with Sirfetch'd. And you beat Melmetal as well, so, wow, that's really interesting. Here's the problem. You lose against both versions of Giratina. Togekiss wrecks your soul, and Groudon, which happens to be almost everywhere, can kill you. Can we kill Groudon? Can we beat Dragonite? Let's find out. But Sirfetch'd seems to operate best mostly as a closer. Usually, if you see most of my analysis for Sirfetch'd in the lead and the closer, it's strongest. It's a horrible switch. Don't use it as a switch. Now, let's just see the rankings. In the lead, it ranks at number 56. In the 2 shield, it's able to take on Dialga, Kyogre, Melmetal. Basically the same thing you saw last time. And the key losses are the same. In the closer, Sirfetch'd ranks at number 54. It's able to kill Darkrai, which almost nobody ever sees. And in the closer, you actually lose against Kyogre. You do beat Snorlax. You beat Darkrai. You also beat Rhyperior. Metal, and Dialga, but you lose against a lot of Mela-relevant things. As a switch, don't use Sirfetch'd as a switch. Do you see that number 158? Just don't do it. Just don't. Now, if you do get a Dialga switched into you, that might be a positive. You want to know why? Because you actually beat Dialga. However, you lose against Gyro, both versions of Gyro, Togekiss, Groudon, and Dragonite. That's not great. So just hope they switch Dialga into you. And we're going to see just how dominant Sirfetch'd is against the Dialga in the 2-shield as a switch as well in the Matrix. Alright, so here's Master League. I have the Matrix right here. I put everything, I put every moveset as usual, just in hopes that we can find a Sirfetch'd, you know, that might actually be able to tackle on, and hopefully maybe Night Slash can be Gear Altered and Gear O, but we're about to find out. So as you see here, I have all variations, only counter, you want to use counter, don't use Fury Cutter. Close Combat, Leap Blade, Close Combat, Night Slash, Brave Bird, Leap Blade, Brave Bird, Double Burb, the Close Combat. I got Burb, Close Combat, and I have Night Slash, Leap Blade. Everything. So here's a 2-shield, we're gonna pop it, and hopefully we see some good stuff. You lose against Kalka, and now in the 2-shields, you actually lose against Dialga. So Dialga, wait, is this a 2-shield? I believe so. Alright, let me just do a little bit of tweaking, guys. Just to make sure I have the right one. Okay, do that. Yes, you do. So Dialga does beat you in the 2s, so does Dragonite. Wow, both versions of Gear kill you. You actually beat Groudon. I believe you can. In the 2-shield, this is where you can go straight Leaf Blade. Yes, you can go straight Leaf Blade, but you are barely alive with 20 HP left. You do have energy to throw another Leaf Blade after this, though. So, and it looks like Groudon wins CMP, so you still take that extra chip damage. You can't beat Groudon, you beat a Heatran. You also beat Mamoswine, Melmetal, Metagross. Melmetal is the one that's prominent. You lose against Kyogre, Lugia, Mewtwo, Palkia. If there are any pluses to this, you lose a lot of relevant leads. You do beat Melmetal, you do beat Groudon, you do lose against, but yeah, you lose against a lot of Meta-relevant leads. This is already looking like it's going to be very grim. You even lose against Dialga in a 2-shield, so maybe that flips in the 1s? So this is where the matchups flip. In the 1-shield, you could beat Conkeldurr, and I think for Dialga, you have to bait with Leaf Blade. You're unsuccessful at baiting with Leaf Blade. You know what happens? You can't go straight Leaf Blade. You have to land the close combat. So straight Leaf Blade... Actually, it can win straight Leaf Blade. Why? But it barely lives. I am wrong. You can actually go straight Leaf Blade. Does level 41 Dialga happen to flip this matchup, by the way? So let's see. Does level 41... Does the Dialga Breakpoint actually flip this matchup? Oh, okay. So it doesn't. Okay, that's good. What if you have a level 41 Sirfetch'd? Now we're just getting fancy here. You know, anything that kills a giant steel dragon is really interesting. And it looks like regardless of what happens, it looks like Sirfetch'd in the 1-shield can beat Dialga. So if in the 2-shield you lose against Dialga, in the 1-shield you beat Dialga. Now this is unreliable for the Garchomp because not a lot of Garchomps are running double nukes. You lose against the standard variation of Garchomp over Outrage and Sandtomb, which is the more popular one, so don't be super dependent on. You still lose against both versions of Gira. You don't have a chance against Groudon. You also lose against Gyarados. You do beat Kyogre in the 1s. I believe you can go straight Leaf Blade, because this is where Leaf Blade actually comes in handy. Or do you have to punch it to death? You do punch it to death, and it does a lot of damage if you punch it to death. However, can you go straight Leaf Blade? No, you cannot. Never mind. You can beat it, but like, look at that damage. You need to have a little bit of damage on Kyogre to beat it. So Kyogre, you don't even convincingly beat Kyogre. It's bait dependent. You have to bait you have to Leaf Blade bait, and then you close combat it to death. You lose against Machamp. You still beat Melmetal and Metagross, which is good. And you lose a whole lot of things. And let's see, what do you lose? Yeah, you lose a whole lot of things. Yeah, you can beat Zekrom. I don't know if that's a plus or not, but... Yeah, you do beat Zekrom. Yeah, I don't know if that's a plus or not, though. Yeah. Well, that's okay. You had the bait, so that's a bait-dependent one, too. So you have to bait with Leak Kyogre, and then you have to bait with Zekrom as well. So, in other words, 2 relevant matchups, you have to bait in the 1-shield, or you lose. That's pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So, not great in the 1-shield. You do beat Dialga in the 1-shield, though, so I guess that's a plus. Now, in the no-shield, it looks like you can close combat a lot of things. You do beat Conkeldurr, you also beat Dialga. You lose against both versions. Dang, Gira just shows no mercy. You're able to beat Heatran, but you do lose against Groudon. You beat Machamp, Mamoswine, Melmetal. Rhyperior, Snorlax, Swampert. I'm guessing you're gonna Leaf Blade Swampert to death. Togekiss and Zekrom. So you don't beat a lot of the meta. That's a lot of red. And even Night Slash doesn't seem like it does much. So that's the no shield. Maybe if you are in the 1-0s, does that do anything? Being with shield advantage, you can take out Conkeldurr, Dialga. You still lose against Dragonite and both versions of Giratina. You do flip some matchups with Leaf Blade. As you see here, Leaf Blade beats Gyarados and Groudon, Heatran, Kyogre. You're going to lose against Lugia, even though Lugia isn't that much of a thick boy. But you know what? No, actually, he's pretty thick. So, that's a Dragon Tail Lugia, by the way. So, one Sky Attack does, well, it can double Sky Attack to you to Oblivion. And you beat Palkia, you beat Raikou, you beat Rhyperior, Snorlax, Swampert. You still lose hard against things that have, like, Psychic, like Mewtwo outpaces the crap out of you. Togekiss yeets you because Charmers destroy it. You lose against Lugia, I don't have to mention that. And Dragonite actually beats you. Maybe up 2 shields. So you beat nearly the same matchups with Leaf Blade versus Night Slash, so there's still no real change. Now in the 2 shields, up 2 shields, you're able to beat Dragonite now. So it takes you 2 shields to finally flip the Dragonite matchups. Up 2 shield advantage, you also beat Gira O. So the only time you actually beat one Gira is if you're up 2 shields and you have Night Slash. That's not good. You do beat a majority of the meta other than that, but you still lose against Charmers. You also still lose against Lugia, and that's a lot. There's not a lot of scenarios where you will have 2 shields to save with Sirfetch'd, so just be very careful. Actually, always be careful. If you are using this in Open Masters, it's not looking very good. That's a lot of red. In the 2-to-1s, things don't change much. You're going to lose against both Gyras no matter what now. You lose the Dragonite matchup, and that seems to be it. It looks like there's no... It looks like up versus the 2-to-1s, you don't flip many matchups at all. So you'll lose the Gyarados matchup. You will also lose the Dragonite matchup. Basically, there's no way out. Now, and you lose the Gira O matchup. So you need, in order to take down any of the Giras or Gira O specifically, you need to be up 2 shields, which really sucks. As you see, you do stand a chance, but you need to be up 2 shields, which is really bad. So, yeah. Holy Mother of Mercy. This is not good. You do beat Zekrom. Now, in summary, Sirfetch'd is... I'm gonna put it bluntly, a 4 out of 10. It's a 4 out of 10. Don't use it. It's okay. Don't use it. Just don't. Just don't. As you saw there, Sirfetch'd is really bad for Master League. In Master Premier, it's a little more forgiving, but the 2 shields with Sirfetch'd, even at a level 41, it just shows you just like how bad it is. You only kill 67. That's not too bad, but like it's still kind of bad. The only notable match you beat pretty much what you're supposed to beat. Fighting does beat Steel, of course. You do beat some relevant matchups as well. However, some things are bait dependent, like you saw with Kyogre, and like with Kyogre, you have to bait with Kyogre against Kyogre's pause matchups. So something that's baity and needs to land close combat, it's really risky. Played expertly, they might be afraid of you, but realistically, if you see a Sirfetch'd in Open Master League and I have a Dialga, I'm be like, you're funny. You're funny. That's a good one. Technical summary, 4 out of 10. The pros are, it can beat some of the meta. It can beat Dialga in the 1s. Keyword can. You still have to bait with Leaf Blade or you die. It can beat some relevant meta picks, but it has way more negatives. Like I mentioned, some matchups are bait dependent. To beat the strongest BBML in the game, you must be up shields or you must bait with Leaf Blade. There's no choice. And Sirfetch'd overall, it just gets walled by way too many things. Yes, it wins some positive matchups, but losing against both Giras, you can still lose against Kyogre and Groudon, and Dialga, it is just absolutely destructive. No. You can beat Melmetal, like I said, it does beat some meta-relevant things, but not enough to give Sirfetch'd a spot on the top 10 of Open Master League. It's really cool, it's really sweet. Actually has a lot more play in Masters Premier than Open Masters. But if you guys want to use it for memes, use it for memes. If you want to use it to climb, I wish you all the good luck from all my ELO from all 4 seasons, because you're going to have a rough time. Unless you have 2 shields, you also lose the matchup versus Gira O, and you have to have Night Slash, which is really bad. So, Sirfetch'd is okay. I would not use it to climb. Stay away from it. Use it in other leagues. Keep them from other leagues, but do not use it for Open Master League. You guys have a good night. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, but yeah, don't use it. Just don't. Don't use it. Just don't.